In the summertime, what's a great way to catch really big bass and have a ball, I mean a blast doing it? Whoa! That's a beauty. Good morning, guys and girls. June 16. June 16, it's going to be another hot one. Summertime has arrived in the South. Absolutely no doubt about it. Proverbs 11:2. Oh, I love this one. Pride leads only to shame. Pride leads only to shame. It is wise to be humble. It is wise to be humble. Humility is something that's pretty difficult to find in this day and time, particularly among successful people. Tournament bass fishing will humble any fisherman. The very nature of the game invites failure. You talk about baseball being a poor percentage game. You get 3 hits for every 10 at-bats, you're going to make the Hall of Fame. You get 3 hits for every 10 at-bats. You make it out 7 out of 10 times, you're going to make the Hall of Fame. How many casts does it take to catch a bass? How many casts does it take to catch 3 bass? I'd take 3 out of 100 every single day I go fishing. 3 out of 100. I'd catch them, a ton of them. I really would. I'd make a lot more casts too, probably. We often equate humility with weakness and failure. But God says humility is a good thing, and it produces wisdom. God says that humility produces wisdom. And that's what we all want. That's what we're all looking for. We're looking for wisdom. How can that be? I believe that humility changes our perspective. It forces us to look at and rely more on God and less on ourselves. What is pride really anyway? What's pride all about? It's about me. I could do it better than somebody else. I'm better than they are. I won the tournament because all my great skills and abilities and great thinking and great decision making. I'm successful because I did it. You know, it's all about me, and it's not about the other people. It's not about the other person. It's not about the other competitors. It's all about me. Well, pride, that's what it is. So many times, I simply reach the end of the day, and I've run out of solutions. I don't have it figured out. I just don't have it figured out. But God has always been faithful to see me through each and every day, each and every problem, each and every bad circumstance, each and every situation that comes through that is trying to wreck my life. God has always been there to see me through. Stay humble. You're going to be wiser. You won't be smarter. You'll be wiser. Stay humble and watch and see what God does in your life. He'll give you wisdom. He'll give you understanding. He'll give you a lot of the things you didn't ask for. Here's our tip for today. Try a scum frog. That's right, a scum frog, any kind of topwater frog. A scum frog was one of the first ones developed and invented before all these, every company's got frogs now. Try a scum frog beneath trees and around hard cover during the summertime. Now you notice I didn't say around lily pads and grass and stuff like that, because that's where you normally fish. That's where you normally fish a frog, a topwater frog. But did you know you could catch them everywhere on the lake? You can catch them around any cover. If you find willow trees, you can skip them up under that willow trees. You can throw them in places you can't throw any other bait. And you don't have to have grass. You don't have to have lily pads. You don't have to have milfoil, stuff like that. You don't have to have Illinois pondweed, stuff floating on the top that you're going to work over. You can fish them around any place you can throw. You'd throw any other bait. But you can get them in some dynamite spots. You can get them in some places you can't get other baits. One thing that Ricky Clunn told me one time that I got a really big kick out of, he says, every time that I seen Dean Rojas is a professional fisherman that fished BASS for years, and he's a great fisherman, a great guy, a great person, and he's an expert in using a frog, and he catches them no matter what. Tournament after tournament after tournament, no matter where we go. Once the water warms up a little bit, he catches them on a frog. And Ricky Clunn told me one time, he said, every time I see Dean Rojas on television, he's taking that frog out of a 5-pounder's mouth. So that'll tell you right there. It'll catch big fish at a lot of places. Throw them around any kind of cover where a bass might be, and you can fire it up in there, and it'll skip back under there and won't get hung up unless you wrap it around a limb or something. So a scum frog, a topwater frog, great bait to fish in the summertime. They're biting them right now really, really well right here, as a matter of fact. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. And remember, golly, I sure do love you.